Hello, Community Bible Church. It's Pastor Joel coming to you with another verse of the day Bible study. Today we are in 1 John 5:4. 1 John 5:4, and it says, "For everyone who has been born of God overcomes the world, and this is the victory that overcome the world, our faith." And so it starts out by saying, for everyone, right? And so this is not some spiritual giant or spiritual elite, but it's everyone. And then specifically, though, who has been born of God. Now, we've already seen that terminology come up even in 1 John chapter 5 here. And who are those people that are born of God? It's, well, those that have put their faith and trust in Jesus Christ, as we've talked about now. But if you are born of somebody here as a human on earth, then it ultimately means that they're your biological parents, and it means that they are ultimately who you are going to become as well. I often tell the teenagers in our youth department, even though they hate it, that you are half your mom and half your dad, so you can take a good look at them, and one day you're going to be a mix of them. There's no other people had a part in making you. It's only those two, and so that is who you will become. And so for us, though, because we also have been born of God, those that have put our faith and trust in Jesus Christ, it means that we ought to look like him, that we ought to act like him. And does that mean that we're going to be perfect? Of course not. But it does mean that the longer that we walk with him, the more that we are going to look like him, and the more that we are able to overcome the world. Overcome the world. See, because the last verse that we talked about, it did talk about how the commandments of God are not burdensome. And how is that possible? Well, it's only possible because God has made it to be possible, and that we are going to overcome the world and overcome all the desires of this world, those fleshly sinful desires. And really reading through this verse, my mind went over to Romans chapter 8, and that's just a wonderful passage that talks about how we are more than conquerors, and that there's nothing in life nor death nor anything else that can separate us from that love of God there. And so if you have a little bit extra time, that's another great passage just to study that goes right along with this idea of overcoming the world. But that next line here, it says, "And this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith." And this is the victory. This is actually what gives us that power, that victory over the world, and it is our faith. Now, our faith, and faith in general, is only as strong as what the faith is placed in. You might have faith that a chair will hold you, but if the chair is already broken, it's going to fall down no matter how much faith you had in that chair. And in the same way, spiritually speaking, our faith is only as strong as the object of our faith. But thankfully, that object of our faith is God, is Jesus Christ, and he is more than capable of being the object of our faith there. And so that is what causes us, though, the faith in somebody that has already overcome the world, allows us to also overcome the world there. And that is the point of this verse, is that the faith in Jesus Christ that causes us to be born of God is also the faith that allows us to overcome everything that we can face in this life. Have a blessed day.